Alright folks, welcome to Wani. With us today we have Mr. Mark Jansen of Epica. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm fine, thank you.
And like I said, the dream has come true for the band to have a festival of their own, and finally Epic Metal Festival with an amazing lineup.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than this, right?
I cannot say if it ever will get better than this, but for sure it's a great start because we want to keep doing Epic Metal Fest. So this is the first edition, and hopefully we can get at least a similar kind of lineup for the next time. But we are extremely happy and proud with the first lineup.
Wonderful. And in terms of playing live, you guys were in North America, and then Simone had to come back home, and now you guys are going to go back again there with Moonspell early next year.
Yes.
And then you've been doing the European leg with Illuvity and Scott Symmetry. So how's it been that, to come back home and then play for your fans around Europe?
Yeah, so we just done with the European tour. It was just 1 week at home.
Yeah.
But even that we got home, we had rehearsals and studio days planned. So basically, I didn't have time to rest well yet from the tour. After today, I will be really at home for some
Taking a break.
Really at home for a break indeed, and then I can calm down a bit.
That's wonderful. Now, recently we had this events happening in Paris. So did that sort of kind of make things a little hard for the band in terms of figuring out that security is a major concern right now?
Yeah, the thing is, there's a lot of people are really scared, and so even though I think it would not be needed to have more security today, still we have more security because we kind of have no choice. There's a lot of people who feel more happy and more safe now that they know there's more security. And we want everybody to feel happy and not uncomfortable, not having to worry. Even though I think the chance that today something will happen here is zero.
That's wonderful because it's great to see the environment here in terms of band playing, and then fans have got to run around 2 states to catch them live. So in terms of lineup, is there something special planned, because this is a very special show for you guys?
Yeah, there's many bands playing today that, for example, we were listening to when we were teenagers ourselves, like Fear Factory, Sepultura. There are bands that we are friends with. Also Moonspell we were listening to, and they're also friends. Helveti and Scott Symmetry and Periphery, Delaying. So we have a lot of connections with all the bands. Periphery actually it's a choice from our manager. He thought that would be fitting really well in the lineup.
It's amazing because we have one prog band there, and that was really interesting.
They said, I really want to have this band because they are coming up and they're going to be big, and we believed him. So, and I saw it was really
it was amazing.
Yeah.
And in terms of, you guys played I think 3 shows in the US, and then it didn't work out, but still you guys tour US a lot. So in terms of the fans there, do you find any difference personally in terms of fan response and that sort of the energy in them as compared to how you find back home?
Basically, everywhere around the world, there's more things that metal fans have in common than differences. Of course, in some countries people have naturally more energy.
Right.
For example, countries like Italy, but also in India, for example, people really going for it. I like that, I must say. In more northern countries, people in general, they experience a concert more calmly, unless they are very drunk, then they get extremely energetic. So I like it also that everywhere it's a bit different, but in general it's easier for us to play a show when people are already wild from song 1 on, and that you don't have to get them into it first.
That's amazing. And you guys been touring all this while, and I know that there have been around 25 some demo songs being done. So and Isaac keeps us updated on his Facebook profile that there were certain interactions with the band and the songwriting is in process. So what's the current status of the upcoming Epica album?
Yeah, we are in the luxurious position that we have way too many songs.
Yeah.
So we can really select the top quality of the songs. And that will be a hard choice because everybody will have, of course, slightly different opinions and preferences. But I'm pretty sure we're going to manage because there's already some tracks that really stand out and they are better than the others. And they for sure are going to be the framework of the album. And then we have to see which other tracks fit best to the best tracks. Because sometimes there's a track really good, but not fitting on an album. And then we have the luxurious position to leave them out and put a track that really is good for the flow of the album. So we can really think of a very balanced album, and we have for like a good football team has always 2 options for every position. That we have that now for every song, 2 options.
That's wonderful. So in terms of musical evolution of the band, it's been growing. You guys have been exploring some different territories, but still maintaining the sound of Epica. Is that something which still continues with the new stuff, or it's a little more of experimentation this time?
Yeah, well, I think we experimented quite a bit with the Quantum Enigma. It was for some fans. 90% of the fans said, "Great, now you sound how I always wanted you to sound." Some fans said, "Ooh, it's a bit heavier." But I think this is the line we want to keep, and so the next album will be in the line of the Quantum Enigma. We will put a little bit different emphasis here and there. But that will be the line, and song-wise, we try to make an even better one than the Quantum Enigma. Even though that got very good reviews, we always have the desire to create something better than we've done before.
Obviously.
And as long as you feel such a desire, I think then the flame is burning.
Yeah, absolutely true. And you guys, I don't know whether you guys decide the release dates or the label decides. So anything which has been currently planned, like summer 2016 or fall 2016?
Yeah, fall 2016. And so I think end of September is more or less going to be.
And you guys have been continuously working on albums, touring. Has it? And you do with mine as well. So has it ever been a time where you just want to take some time, get some inspiration, and then?
Yes, whenever you feel like this is it, I need some time, then I make a decision to take that time. For example, at this moment, Mayan is on hold because it's quite busy with Epica, touring and writing an album. If I would be doing now Mayan shows in between, would be too much, and I cannot get fully focused on the things that are important for Epica. And Mayan knows that, and Mayan, unfortunately, there's people who understand that cannot be all the time fully focused on Mayan as well. But there will be a time that Mayan will get it out of the fridge. So
that's wonderful. So for you releasing all these albums, has it ever, a band has ever felt like we are yet to release the best album till late? Do you guys still feel that Epica, no, we are yet to do our best? Has it ever been such thoughts?
We always feel like there's this possibility to make the best album ever. And I think if the day comes and we feel we cannot top one of our previous albums, that will be a very hard day.
So that day has not come yet?
No, we really have the feeling that with this new album we create something that's potentially better than everything we've done before. And I really mean that, because otherwise I wouldn't say it.
Absolutely. And last decade and a half has been booming for Epica in terms of global response. But still, the strength of Epica lies in Europe, and it's growing in States. So does it kind of, plan out something with the label? How can we make it better in States? Because the music you guys make is meant to be played and bought and, done around the world.
That's growing still, and also in the States. And for example, the UK, we always had a hard time in the UK, even though it's part of Europe. But in the UK now we have a huge crowd, and I think the same can happen for the United States. It just takes time. And every time we return to the States, we had a bigger crowd. Now we had 2 times bad luck. First time with Machine Head cancelling the tour, where we were a support act, and we had no choice then. We tried even to continue touring, or that we could tour with Children of Bottom. But the promoters didn't want, and so we couldn't do anything than also sit at home. And the second time that we returned, we had all the bad news with Simone's father that she had to return back home. And so I think now the third time
it's going to be the one.
Yeah, it's going to be the one.
And you have Moonspell, you're friends with them, so that makes it an interesting packaging. Because they are wonderful live.
They're great.
Same thing, they have amazing European fans, just like Epica, and it'll be wonderful to get more exposure for Epica and Moonspell in States.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to check out for sure after this interview the last 2 songs of Moonspell, because they always play Full Moon Madness.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of my favorite tracks. So if I have seen at least that song from Moonspell, I'm happy. Because I try to see from every band that plays at least 1 or 2 songs. Fear Factory, I saw 5 tracks because it's a huge sentimental thing.
Yeah, they played the entire Demanufactured album.
Yeah,
So
that's one of my favorite albums. So for me, it was great.
That's amazing. And for you, Mark, when you are in the mindset of writing an album and then your mindset of touring, personal life also comes in the middle. So how's it been dealing with all this? I mean, Simone has been busy with the family and other guys have the family as well. So has it sometimes felt like, I wish I could spend a little more time with the family?
Of course, everybody feels sometimes I would like to spend a little more time at home. But the thing is, it's your job, and it has so many fantastic sides. It cannot all be fantastic.
Yeah,
There's also some downsides and
some sacrifices.
Yeah, some sacrifices. That's exactly the right thing to say. And but it's also the thing is also when you are, for example, having a longer period being at home, something starts changing in your body that you want to go on tour again.
That's kind of inspiration comes in.
Yes.
And I don't want to sit at home now. Let's go and play some songs there.
It's great to be at home, but I think if I would have to stay 1 year at home, it would be too long for me.
And you know that Black Sabbath is doing the final tour, but without Bill Ward. So is Mark happy with it or not? Or
I never believe these bands saying it's the last tour.
I second that.
The Scorpions, how long are they already busy with their final tour? Every time a band thinks we are maybe have to sell a bit more tickets, they announce a final tour.
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh, that was so amazing!
Let's do one more.
Let's do another." So I never believe in final tours.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Same here. So if we conclude in a way for you to define the sound of the new material, what would it be for you?
It will be the right balance between beauty and brutal riffs.
Wow. That's wonderful combination. It's the positive side and the darkest side.
Yeah, we combine really good and evil. And everything really this dark and light. I think because when I listen to a metal band, it's only full force. For me, I cannot listen that too long. Maybe I'm too old for that now. But when I need beauty too, I need this
some melodies, some
melodies, beautiful melodies and some calm. I like this combination. I always liked it, but now that I'm 36, I like it even more than ever. I don't like just brutal
stuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Mark. Thanks. Always an honor meeting you, having a chat with you. I look forward to see Epica again, and I hope you guys come back to India again down the road.
Yeah, coincidentally, I did also this week another interview with a guy from India. It was by email, and the guy asked when we are coming back. The thing is, because with India you need a visa. And it's very hard to get the visa. So you need at least 3 days to fill in the paperwork, go to the embassy, which is very far from my home.
Okay.
And when something is not good, you have to return.
Go again. That's a pain,
Yeah, and you need a lot of time because with the time that we have, we are then this date there, then this is there. You almost don't have like 1 week time to organize that stuff. Right. So even though sometimes there's a place we get an offer from India, we still don't have the time to organize the visa. So it really has to fit like a puzzle.
Right, and the upcoming tour is the last leg of Quantum Enigma?
This is the last, at least for Europe, but in Asia
for States, after Moonspell, is that the last? Or
and then we still go to Asia and Australia.
Okay, are you guys playing at Soundwave next year?
This could be, but
that would be great.
But that would be great, yeah. But I think there's nothing
planned
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Max. Thanks. Wow.